Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Am I Doing This Right? Today is October 11th, Friday. A little bit of a different video today because I got a tip from my brother that it needs to be more interesting. Shout out to Khan Bonalemo for the helpful constructive criticism. I'm going to take you to the Crane Sanctuary where I go pick up trash. So let's go. Alright, so I've just left my living quarters, so now I'm about to go take a bike ride over to the Crane Sanctuary. It's about almost 3 miles, and it's a pretty straight stretch of land, but I have to bike through the jungle a little bit. Alright, so leaving the monastic zone, now we're out in the real world. Here are all the buses. And we're biking. I gotta watch out. There's always motorbikes everywhere. Alright, and this is my stretch of land that I gotta go down. Alright, so this is the path. I just kind of go along these rice fields. I am wearing long sleeves and pants and rain boots, but don't be fooled, it is still very hot here. I just wear this because I'm walking through tall grass and I don't want ticks. I've been getting a lot more attention since I have a camera in my hand. I usually get a namaste out of some people, or some people just stare at me, and then some people also laugh at me. That's also a big one. It's great. I'm glad they get to smile, but most of them make fun of me for sure, in a very loving way. But I'm sure they're saying some funny things about my appearance, and especially if I have my bandana on, I look like a weirdo. The other day, actually, I was biking to the Crane Sanctuary, and two students were on a motorbike, and they just rode next to me for like the whole way, just talking to me. And then at the end, down here at the corner, there's a tractor behind me, it's very loud. At the corner down here, we got some tea and samosas. It was really nice. Getting followed by this tractor. This is the smoothest stretch of road. This is nice. Feels great because I have no butt really, and so there's not a lot of cushion for me. Some cows in the road. They don't move. The cows do not move for you. If cars are going by, they do not give a rat's ass. There is no way they're moving. I think they know that the people can't do anything. Cows are sacred here, and if you hit one with your car, you go to jail for a very long time. So the cows, they're pretty cocky now. People will honk at them forever and they don't move. It's pretty funny. Sometimes they'll just sit in the middle of the road. I can just bike around them. Alright, made it to the Crane Sanctuary. There's these huge stacks on either side. Rocky calls them the Two Towers in reference to Lord of the Rings. And there's the Peace Pagoda. It's a stupa, and a stupa is a religious monument. There are many all over Nepal and India. Usually they have artifacts or remains buried in there. So I left my room around 7:30, and it's about 8 right now, so it's around 30-minute bike ride, but I went pretty slow today. So haven't even gone into the sanctuary yet, but I found a good amount of trash right outside. That's where I find a lot of it. I'm about to go in, Crane Sanctuary. Here we go. So far, it looks pretty pristine in here. I come here almost every day. I walk around the same trail, and so this has been pretty clean since I've been here. There's a lot of these. These are, this is tobacco kind of stuff that people like to chew. So I pick up a lot of those, and sometimes bottles. We're going to see if we can find a good amount. Some of you may be asking, How interesting is documenting yourself picking up trash? Well, it's not that interesting, but I'm going to try to make it as interesting as possible. Maybe we can see some cool stuff. I do a lot of nature watching while I'm here. I'm going up this watchtower. It's a good way to start the day. Let's go walk out in nature. I usually sweat out a lot of my water weight, so that's good. These wetlands are pretty young. They just put them in, I think, this year. So they still got some time for a lot more wildlife to come in, more birds. This is a pretty nice little spot. Ooh, what's this? A Target. Let's go see if we can get that bottle. Unfortunately, I could not get that bottle. A little too deep. It would have been like above my waistline. Sometimes you can't get stuff, and that's okay. But I found a bunch of trash on my way over there, so that's what matters. I'll have to go for that bottle another day. Maybe when the water dries up a little bit. It's all good, shake it off, we'll find more. So this guy is a white-throated kingfisher. See a lot of them around here. In the same family as the kookaburra. They look kind of similar and they sound a little bit like them. They have really beautiful, like fluorescent blue feathers on their back, so maybe we'll see another one. Another bottle that I cannot get. Too deep there. But I did find this. Sometimes when you go for something, you may fail, but in doing so, you find something else. Man, I'm just learning so much. People may be wondering, are there any like dangerous animals or wildlife around? And I will say, not really. I think I've seen one snake, and it wasn't even in the crane sanctuary. The biggest animal in here is an antelope called a nilgai or blue cow. Maybe we'll see one of those. There are wild boars. I thought they were a myth, because everyone would be like, watch out for the wild boars, they're very dangerous, they'll get you. And I was like, there are no wild boars. I haven't seen any. And last night I was biking home and I heard something, and I thought it was a dog, and it was this huge family of wild boars, and they almost ran into me. I don't know why. I got off my bike because I thought they were going to slam into me as I was riding, and they just all went around me. They're very aggressive, so they can attack you. I saw some guy walking in the dark, and so I stopped, and I was trying to tell him, hey, there are boars. Be careful. Let me walk with you. And he had no idea what I was talking about. I was trying to like mimic a boar and like doing the noise and putting my nose up, be like, it's pigs, there's pigs. And he was like, okay, whatever. And he did not care. And I walked him to the light part of the path with my flashlight, and he was like, okay, see you later. I think he would have been fine, but I felt really scared of the boars because I know that they're a nuisance. So there's a nilgai. Yeah, I spotted you. You've been found. My goal is to one day, while I'm here, train one to be my steed. I'm gonna ride it down the main trail. What are you doing? Bird was just like running down the trail. I've never seen it before. Ooh, here's a guy. So this bird is called a hoopoe. They kind of look like woodpeckers, but they actually are not. They walk on the ground. They have a beautiful like red crest. It's like a big mohawk on their head, and they can flip it up and down. Bird just scared me. Wow. And now I'm gonna look up some of the birds in this bird book of Nepal. On the front is an Indian roller. I actually just saw one of those, but it was hard to take a picture of. Alright, so this is the bird that scared the crap out of me It's called a black francolin. That type of bird likes to sit in the tall grass, and then if it hears something coming, it'll fly away. And so when I went to go pick up that piece of trash, I had no idea it was there, and it got scared by me, so it flew away, but in doing so, it scared the bejesus out of me. The one that was walking down the trail, that's what the white-throated kingfisher looks like, eating the crabby. That's the hoopoe, and there's the Indian roller. Really beautiful wings. This picture does not do it justice, but seeing it in the sunlight is just really cool. It's called a scaly-breasted munia. Found another nilgai. Yeah, that's right, I see you, pal. That is for sure an eagle. Don't know what kind yet. And I think the other one is a black kite, yeah. You can tell the size difference. The black kite is usually, I think, is pretty big, so that eagle must be huge. Couldn't really figure out what that eagle was. I couldn't get a good look at the detail of it, even though I used the binocs. Yeah, I call them binocs. Us real birders call them binocs. This job, and when I say job, I mean volunteer work, but this job is not for the weak-hearted. You got to be able to go above the call of duty and overcome obstacles in your path that you had no idea were going to be there. In this case, I knew this one was here. But, man, they're lucky to have me. I'm able to get through stuff like that. Oh, and look at this. A bounty waiting for us on the other end. That's how we do it. I know we're living in a more environmentally conscious age, and I'm picking up a lot of trash here. So where is it all going? And all I'll say is that the disposal process is not the best. I can't just go up and point out what they're doing wrong when I don't even have a solution myself. Maybe I could do some research to look into better waste management practices that could be proposed here. Maybe talk to Venerable Matea about it. But nobody likes that guy who just points out something but doesn't have an answer himself. So I don't want to be that person. A lot of the plastic bottles, they actually sell off to be recycled somewhere else. So I've been finding a lot of bottles today, so that's good. In terms of the other stuff, the disposal process could be better, and I think in time I have faith that new practices will come about. Yeah, I have hope for the future. I'm noticing some people that are a little more conscious about plastic use, but yeah, it's not the same everywhere, so you have to take that into account. So I've exited the crane sanctuary, and we're nearing the end of my daily walk. It's about 10 o'clock now, so I've been in there for like 2 hours. I like going out in nature. I think it really helps with staying present. And man, if you wake up and you always ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? You're not sure about your choices, and if you're doing the right thing, you're not alone in that. I think it helps every day to wake up and have something to do. This definitely helps me feel a little bit better. I have some anxiety just getting up in the morning, and this definitely is a nice thing for me to do. I get some exercise, I go out in nature. I like bird watching, it's fun. I'm practicing my bird watching skills for the club I'm gonna start here. Yeah, you're not alone if you're unsure about what's going on every day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to bike home now, make some food. Tune in next week for another video. This has been Am I Doing This Right? I'll see you next week.